Hello, everyone. Welcome to the channel. Today, we dive into a wild story where magic breaks loose. If you're into Marvel stories, epic team-ups, and mysterious magical threats, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss what comes next. All right, let's swing right into it. Death of Doctor Strange, Spider-Man. Previously in Death of Doctor Strange. Dr. Stephen Strange, Sorcerer Supreme, was Earth's final defense against the terrors of the multiverse. With his unmatched mastery over the mystic arts, he upheld a magical barrier that shielded Earth from dark, interdimensional forces. But now Dr. Strange is dead, murdered under mysterious arcane circumstances. The barrier is broken and the darkness is already seeping in. Far from the Sanctum Sanctorum, in a hospital room bathed in orange sunset, Peter Parker lies unconscious, his body broken, bruised, and barely breathing after a battle with a strange, magical creature, unlike anything he's faced before. His identity as Spider-Man is no secret to the woman sitting beside him, Felicia Hardy, the Black Cat. She watches over him with tired eyes and clenched fists, her usual snark replaced by silent worry. She's always danced the line between thief and hero, but Peter brought out the best in her. And now, he's slipping away. Suddenly, a gentle whoosh stirs the room. The window creaks open. Landing on the sill is Ben Reilly, the Scarlet Spider, and Peter's clone, genetically engineered by the deranged Dr. Miles Warren, also known as the Jackal. Ben now wears Peter's red and blue suit, acting as Spider-Man in Peter's absence. He pulls up his mask halfway and speaks gently. "How is he?" Felicia doesn't look at him. Her voice is cold and biting. "What do you think? He nearly died trying to save this city. Maybe come back later, so he can take the costume you stole from him." Ben's expression hardens. He steps into the room. "Felicia, that's not fair. I'm not trying to replace Peter. I just want to protect the city while he can't." Felicia slowly turns to him, her eyes sharp with accusation. "I'm not a hero, Ben. I'm a thief. And trust me, I know a thief when I see one." Tension crackles between them like static. Two figures standing at the edge of grief, guilt, and legacy. Suddenly, a ripple of energy hums in the air. The lights flicker, the shadows dance. Above Peter's unconscious body, a ghostly, shimmering image of Dr. Strange materializes, his face drawn, his voice echoing like a spell cast across space and time. "Spider-Man, if you're seeing this, it means I'm dead. Forgive me, my friend, but I need your help. Dark magic is rising. The city is vulnerable. Go to my Sanctum Sanctorum, now." The image dissolves into glowing embers, leaving behind a stunned silence. Ben and Felicia exchange a single glance. No more arguing. No more hesitation. The city needs saving. They launch from the hospital window and swing through the city. Felicia with her acrobatic finesse, Ben with practiced grace. Below them, New York feels different. Office. The wind carries whispers. Strange symbols flicker on the walls of buildings before vanishing. Something unnatural is brewing. They reach the ancient mystical residence of the Sorcerer Supreme, the Sanctum Sanctorum, standing quietly on Bleecker Street, though its windows throb with arcane energy. As they land on the balcony, the window opens before they knock. Wong, Dr. Strange's most loyal ally and master of mystical arts in his own right, greets them. "Is it true?" Felicia asks. "Is Strange really gone?" Wong's face falls. "Yes, and we're still searching for the one who killed him." But before they can say another word, a figure steps out of the shadows inside the sanctum, cloaked in red, poised and young. Dr. Strange. Felicia instinctively reaches for her whip. Ben stiffens. "But you said he was dead," Ben exclaims. Wong holds up a hand. "He is. What you see is a magical echo, a projection of Dr. Strange from years ago, a spell he prepared in case of his death. He's here to help, see, but he's not truly alive. This echo is searching for the killer as we speak." Felicia stares, trying to make sense of it. The young Strange says nothing, his eyes glowing faintly, already scanning other realms invisible to the human eye. Wong hands them a worn, leather-bound notebook, its pages filled with cryptic symbols, spell instructions, and handwritten tasks. This notebook contains the tasks Stephen performed each night to keep the magical balance in New York. With him gone, those tasks fall to you. Without another word, they set off into the night, leaping from rooftop to rooftop, arguing back and forth as they swung through New York's skyline. Spider-Man and Black Cat weren't exactly the perfect team, but they had work to do. Their first assignment, as written in Dr. Strange's mystic notebook, was to venture deep into the sewers of New York City to check on a former threat, Gator Shaman, a powerful sorcerer who commanded a unique breed of magically altered reptiles, the albino sewer gators. Once, Gator Shaman had tried to lead his enchanted gator army in an invasion of the city, but Dr. Strange had defeated him and forced him into a peace treaty. The terms were clear. He and his gators could live in the Undercity, away from the surface world. Now, with Strange gone, it was up to Spider-Man and Black Cat to ensure that treaty was still being honored. However, when they arrived, things took a dark turn. The Gator Shaman, having already sensed that Dr. Strange was dead, launched an immediate attack. With rage in his voice, he shouted, "Now that Dr. Strange is dead, it's time to rise up and take the city!" Spider-Man and Black Cat found themselves in a terrifying battle against the albino gators. They fought through narrow tunnels and bursting pipes, eventually tumbling through a drainage passage that spat them out into the river. And the fight continued there, moonlight glinting off the water as they battled the magical beasts midstream. Then, Gator Shaman emerged, his massive form rising above the water. With fury in his voice, he shouted, "The city will be ours!" Spider-Man struck down a gator and shouted back, "Not happening!" As the battle raged on, Black Cat took advantage of the chaos. She slipped behind Gator Shaman while his attention was on Spider-Man, leapt onto his back, and slammed him down into the muddy shore. "Look, you bastard!" she growled. "We've got a lot of work to do tonight. You're going to follow the agreement, and trust me, it's in your best interest." Spider-Man landed beside them and held out the notebook, flipping to Strange's handwritten notes. "Dr. Strange didn't keep you underground to imprison you," he said. "He was protecting you, and your gators. He knew the Kravinoff family would hunt you to extinction if they ever found out you were still alive." Gator Shaman's eyes widened. Realizing the truth behind Strange's actions, the sorcerer fell silent. Then, without a word, he turned and slipped back into the shadows of the sewer. His gators followed. With that threat resolved, Spider-Man and Black Cat swung off toward their next mission: to stop a dark and gruesome villain known only as the Hungry Prince of Hearts, a creature rumored to be killing children and eating their hearts. But when they arrived at the eerie ruins the prince used as his lair, they found the situation already handled. The Hungry Prince was dead, his lifeless body sprawled across the blood-stained floor. And standing over it, cloak soaked in red, was Moon Knight. He looked up slowly, his voice grim. "Dr. Strange is dead? That's too bad. I've died so many times myself, it's never pleasant." He stepped forward, dragging his weapon behind him casually. This was my territory. I took care of it. Spider-Man and Black Cat exchanged a stunned look as Moon Knight turned and disappeared into the night. "Good luck with the rest of the list," he called out as he vanished. The rest of the night was no easier. In the financial district, they reinforced the magical seal trapping Mammon beneath the Wall Street Bronze Bull, just as his corrupting influence began affecting nearby traders. From there, they rushed to Chinatown, where Jiang Shi, hopping vampires, were attacking a midnight festival. While Ben's webs failed, Felicia used Strange's chalk sigils to trap them as Ben burned enchanted paper charms. Then came the 666 train, a cursed subway car filled with ghostly passengers. Following Strange's notes, they performed an exorcism to banish the haunted conductor before the train vanished into mist. In Central Park, they fed the sleeping dragon beneath the carousel a dozen hot dogs. No onions per Strange's instructions to keep it from awakening. They stopped mummies at the Natural History Museum and finally calmed restless spirits in James J. Walker Park by reading their names and placing peace offerings. After doing everything on Dr. Strange's list, Spider-Man and Black Cat stood atop a rooftop, exhausted. The first light of dawn touched the skyline, and for the first time all night, the city was quiet. Felicia looked out over the streets. "I can't believe Strange handled all this alone. And now he's gone. The world feels defenseless." Ben glanced at the worn notebook in his hand. When a hero falls, someone always steps up. Someone has to. Felicia gave him a sideways look and smirked. "Maybe you are a hero. Just don't try to be Peter. You're not him. You're you." Ben smiled. "Thanks. I'll see you around." Then, without another word, he leapt from the ledge and swung off into the rising sun. Not as Peter's shadow, but as Ben Reilly, the Spider-Man he was meant to be. To be continued. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this magical adventure with Spider-Man, Black Cat, and the chaos after Dr. Strange's death, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss what's coming next. Drop your thoughts and theories in the comments. As always, stay heroic and take care.